The new Rivian R2 and R3. These are both excellent electric vehicles, and in this episode, we're going to go over every single detail we have about these wonderful cars. So, let's dive right in. The R2 looks very similar to the R1S on the outside, and that's a good thing. Rivian makes some of the best looking electric vehicles. It looks stunning. On the front, you have that same beautiful light bar like the R1S. The light bar though is a little bit slimmer on the R2, and on the side, it still has that beautiful boxy shape like the R1S. It looks absolutely amazing. The wheels are designed to be very aerodynamic to maximize range, and the tires are designed for off-roading. The side profile overall is beautiful. Those super smooth body panels look so good, and I also love how the door handles are integrated into the door, adding to the aerodynamics as well. On the back, it looks just like the R1S. You still have that beautiful light bar, but just a little bit slimmer. The main difference is it's smaller than the R1S. You can see here how much smaller the R2 is, but it's still a fairly big vehicle. The R3 on the front looks just like any other Rivian. You have that beautiful light bar and those awesome looking headlights, but the side and the back look very different. So on the side, the shape is very different. This vehicle is even smaller than the R2. It still has those integrated door handles, the super smooth body panels, the wheels are designed to be as aerodynamic as possible, and from the side you can see that the rear is diagonal compared to that boxy shape like on the R2 and the R1S, and the back is super different. The light bar is way bigger, so is the Rivian logo below it, and I love the way they integrate it into the body panels. This looks so good, just like the rest of this vehicle. Rivian makes awesome looking electric cars. The R2's interior is even cleaner than the R1S's interior. The design is so cool. I love how it looks. The screens, however, are smaller, but they're still fairly big compared to most other cars. Just like any other Rivian, you control the airflow using the touchscreen, but they designed this interior in a way where the air vents are invisible, and that looks so much better. And all Rivian interiors are very high quality. It does use recycled materials, but they still feel very expensive. And this interior looks especially good in the blue and black color. It seats up to 5 people, and the cool thing is it has 2 glove boxes now. One in the center right next to the one on the passenger side. It's really clever and adds to the storage capacity of this interior. Overall, it's a beautiful interior. Rivian does fantastic interiors. They also did a fantastic job in the R3's interior. This looks even simpler than the R2's interior. The screens are fairly big compared to most other vehicles, and the overall design is fantastic. And just like the R2, it has 2 glove boxes. This interior is also made out of recycled materials, but Rivian interiors feel very expensive. They also do a wonderful job on their seats. They look super cool, they're comfortable, they're perforated for ventilation in both of these cars, just like any other Rivian, and they're heated. So is the steering wheel. The steering wheel looks amazing. The R2's interior though is definitely more luxurious and it's more spacious, but still, these are fantastic cabins. Both of these vehicles only get 2 displays in the front. You only have your driver's display and the center display which provides vehicle controls. In the back, you have physical controls for the climate rather than the screen in the R1S. A really cool feature these new cars have is those scroll wheels on the steering wheel have haptic feedback. First of all, I love how they look. They look super expensive. And how it works is as you scroll to different menus on the driver's display, the scroll wheel vibrates. With this, you'll have to take your eyes off the road less often. Just like any other Rivian, these vehicles have over-the-air updates, so as you own your Rivian, it gets better over time. You can pair your phone with the vehicle, allowing you to use it as the key, rather than having to carry the physical key around all the time. All Rivian models have a 360-degree view, which is helpful for parking, and Rivians have a couple of cool features. There's Gear Guard, which is similar to Tesla's Sentry Mode. It uses the exterior cams for the driving assistance systems and security cameras to record for suspicious activity around your vehicle when you're outside. And if you capture something, it will save that into its built-in dash cam which comes as standard. When you get back inside, you can view those clips, and for major threats, it will trigger the alarm system and send a notification to your phone. There's also Pet Comfort Mode, similar to Tesla's Dog Mode. So when you leave your pet inside, this feature will keep the climate on and display a message, letting people outside know the pet inside is safe. They're pretty high-tech vehicles. Both of these vehicles have a frunk and a hatchback-style trunk. We don't have the actual measurements, but by looking at it you can tell it's a fairly big trunk. Now the second row seats fold flat, but the crazy thing is that the first row seats also fold flat. I haven't seen this feature in any other car. And the R2 has a ground clearance of 10 inches, but we don't know about the R3's ground clearance. A really convenient feature the R2 has is the rear window folds down, and on the R3 you can open up half of the liftgate, This feature is really convenient if you just need to put small items in, and if you need to put big items, you can open up the full liftgate. The new Rivian R2 and R3 feature 4695 battery cells. They are much bigger and way more efficient. They're very similar to Tesla's 4680 cells they use in the Cybertruck. It works just like those. It's a very good feature. It increases efficiency, but at the same time less battery cells are required. A lot of the details of these vehicles are still yet to be released, so we don't know how much horsepower or torque each of these vehicles have, but we know their motor configurations. The R2 will be available as a rear-wheel drive, which will have one electric motor driving the rear wheels. There's the all-wheel drive dual motor, or the all-wheel drive tri-motor, which will have one electric motor in the front, two in the back. The R3 will also be available as a rear-wheel drive, or an all-wheel drive dual motor only. The R3X, however, is the more powerful version of the R3, and that will be available with the tri-motor option as well, just like the R2. And it's expected for the R2 to have over 300 miles of range, but we do not know about the R3 yet. These vehicles also feature an NACS charge port, giving you access to Tesla's supercharging network. Tesla's charging network is absolutely brilliant. Everywhere you go, there will be a Tesla supercharger, which makes the overall charging experience so much more convenient. And it's terrific to see that you can charge your Rivian using Tesla chargers. The Rivian R2 can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in less than 3 seconds. That's much faster than the Tesla Model Y Performance. That would go in 3.5 seconds. And even quicker than the new Porsche Macan Turbo Electric. That would go in 3.1 seconds. Now if you'd like to see a comparison video on both of those cars, click on the top right corner of your display. That's the only detail we have regarding the performance of this vehicle, and we don't know how fast the R3 goes. But that is impressive. Less than 3 seconds. These new Rivian models will feature spring suspension, which makes the vehicle more agile and nimble. Traction also gets significantly improved with the all-wheel drive system, and since it's electric, there's that instant torque which significantly improves the acceleration. It makes the driving experience so much more enjoyable, and that 0 to 60 time is crazy. You can only imagine how rapid this vehicle will be. And also, there's the battery pack that's mounted at the bottom of the vehicle, which provides a low center of gravity, and there are many benefits of that. It reduces the body roll, which most importantly reduces the risk of this vehicle rolling over, and 3, it improves the handling and the stability. And also there's that regenerative braking since it's electric, which makes the driving experience so much easier. You don't have to constantly press on the brake pedal because when you lift your foot off the accelerator, the vehicle will automatically stop and recharge the battery at the same time. So it makes the driving experience way more convenient and at the same time improves the efficiency. And Rivian worked hard on both of these vehicles to improve its self-driving capabilities. They added 11 cameras on the outside and 5 radar sensors, 4 on all 4 corners and 1 in the middle of the front. As with other Rivian models, they will feature adaptive cruise control, which will automatically accelerate and brake for vehicles in front, and automatic steering to steer you inside the lane. So when you get on the highway, you can enable those features, and then it will drive by itself. There's also lane change assist, where it can automatically change lanes by just enabling the turn signal. There's also those other features that many cars have nowadays, such as automatic emergency braking, so for in an emergency the vehicle will automatically stop. There's lane keep assist, which will prevent the vehicle from darting out of its lane. There's blind spot warning, and rear cross traffic alert. Overall, it's going to be a good driving experience. It has a lot of self-driving features which will make the driving experience even more convenient and safer. The R2 is expected to start at around $45,000, and it's going to release in 2026. We don't know the price for the R3 yet, and that's going to release in 3 to 4 years, so there's quite a lot of time. But while we wait for the R3, is the new R2 worth $45,000? Absolutely. It's a fantastic mid-sized SUV. It looks gorgeous on the outside, has a beautiful interior, it's got loads of tech, it's very practical, it has good range, it's extremely fast, it has lots of self-driving features, and it has access to Tesla's wonderful supercharging network. It's an amazing vehicle, and once it releases, I'm going to be comparing this vehicle to its competitors, and you do not want to miss out on those videos. So make sure you hit the red subscribe button down below, and turn on the notifications, that way you never miss out on any new episode posted on this channel. And also let me know in the comments down below what are your opinions on the new R2 and the R3. But anyways, that's going to wrap it up for today's episode.